Welcome to another episode of Talking Toffees. Today's session is all about understanding what teenagers in India are going through. The pressure, the emotions, the confusion, and the constant balancing act between academics, friendship, and of course, digital media. To help us unpack this, I am joined by Mrs. Achal Bajaj. She's a psychologist and an NLP coach. She works closely with children, teenagers, families, guiding them through emotional and behavioral challenges with very practical and grounded tools. Her work blends psychology, communication techniques, and deep experience with schools and parents. Let me welcome you, ma'am, to our fourth episode of Talking Toffees.
Really lovely being with you, Shweta. I have seen your podcast. It was really nice.
I was interviewing a teenager recently, and the whole episode was so insightful. And that is what prompted me to, connect with you and get more ideas and tips and tricks on guiding the teenagers today and their parents. What patterns are you observing among teenagers in India today?
The basic one is they are totally aware about the things which they should not. In a ways, it is good also, and somehow it is making them more curious for the things, which is actually a big problem for the parents. I really want all my parents, whosoever gets connected with me, that if God has chosen you to be their parent, then you have those superpowers. It's just that you have to just tickle them out and just be calm and think what extra you can do.
What is that one change you see to teenagers now and the teenagers a decade ago?
The differences are a lot. And the basic one is that AI is helping them out to just step out of the world wherever they want to and however they want to.
Yeah, so there are no limits. It becomes limitless.
So don't you think, Shweta, it's good that there's no limit? We were craving for limits, like we were craving for freedom. But nowadays, children want freedom. They still want stability also. This is what parents have to think and they have to believe. If they are wanting independence, they want reassurance also. If they are looking for freedom, they want stability also. This is what is lacking.
How do we create those safe boundaries for children? What tips can you give the parents?
The very clear tip that I want to give, follow 3C rule, and that is stay clear, calm and consistent to whatsoever boundary you want your children to follow. How? Because if you will make your child get clear with whatever you want them to do, most of the time what is happening, I'm seeing, Shweta, parents की बात बच्चों तक clear नहीं है. Like suppose if they want their children to not have a look at the screen or to complete their homework, they are just yelling, they are just cribbing, they are not making their children understand that this is what I want you to do. I don't want marks for myself. I want you to stand somewhere. So there is no clarity. So first rule of C is be clear. Very much clear with whatever you want your children to know about or you want them to follow. Stay consistent. Many a times I have seen क्या होता है, बच्चा कहता है मम्मा आज पढ़ने का मन नहीं है, and they are knowing कि mama will allow. Why? Because mama is busy in their work. Children are very smart because they are alphas and Gen Zs. So they know mama is busy. Then only they jump in and they ask for leniency. Mama, आज please मन नहीं, आज छोड़ दो, आज अच्छा ठीक है मेरा दिमाग मत खराब करो. Go and do it. So we are not consistent. So they are getting the chance more to throw tantrums. And the third one is you have to be calm. Parent है, बच्चे तो है नहीं. So as a parent, you need to stay calm. Have ठंडा पानी, whatever makes you get calm. Have music or whatever. Then you can go back to your child. हाँ जी बताओ आप क्या पूछ रहे थे, क्या बोल रहे थे. Don't react then and there. So 3 rules are very much clear for maintaining any kind of boundary. But you have to be consistent with that. You have to be very strict with that, and you have to make sure that the very first moment only you'll make rules and regulation for your child. Like suppose if your child has started going to tuition, earlier he was not going, and now you can see the changes that he's coming back little 15 minutes late because he's coming off his own. So एक बार आपने देखा है, don't just go lenient with that. Make sure that you have to point it out and make your child understand that this will not go with me. You have to be back by this time. So जहाँ ये जब चीजें इधर थोड़ा बहुत इधर हो जाती हैं, then children consider it, हो सकता है थोड़ा सा lenient. So 3 rules have to be followed: clear, calm and consistent.
Why do many teenagers struggle to express what they are feeling to their parents?
First and foremost thing is parents. Lectures are making them do that. Constant comparisons and the one line statement, it's okay, it happens. So parents really need to understand here कि they need to know first and foremost when they have to jump in, when they have to step back and when they have to say it's okay. Why? Because Shweta, हमें as a parent बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है ये समझना कि जो आप ऑलरेडी एक्सपीरियंस कर चुके हो, हमारे बच्चे अब करने वाले हैं या कर रहे हैं या डील कर रहे हैं. They are looking for empathy instead of judgment, instead of lectures, and it's a very common thing. Start asking them or just start saying, initiating the conversation that I can understand, I am here with you, or I have been through to the things, you can tell me whatever is wrong going on with you. It's not okay. I truly agree and understand with you. Don't ever say to your child, it's okay, it happens, खड़े हो जाओ, कोई बात नहीं, होता रहता है, फेलियर्स हैं, आते रहते हैं, ऐसा नहीं होगा तो कैसे आगे बढ़ेंगे. उन्हें भी पता है ये सब, but they want a calm, a safest place where they can just blur out their own pain, their problem, without any judgment, without any lecture. So
I know it's a fine line or a balance between friendship and real parenting, I think.
yeah,
What is that one communication habit that parents can change immediately to help improve the connection?
please, you don't need a whole day to spend with your child to have a communication. Just a 5-minute communication, and instead of asking, how was your day? You can just simply ask them, you can tell me whatever was really nice with you, or what was the thing that really bothered you, or instead of asking, did you finish your lunch? Like most of the time, still teenager parents ask their teenagers, खाना खा लिया था, मैंने भी वो बनाया था. They are concerned कि उनका बनाया हुआ effort जो खाने में गया है वो बच्चे तक पहुंचा कि नहीं पहुंचा. They are not seeing that the child has come back from the school, and you won't believe, Shweta, जिस तरीके से we get exhausted at our workplace, children are also in the same condition. They are holding on to their tears when they are getting punished. They are holding on to their pain, their moment of shouting out when their friends are not listening to them. और तुरंत आते साथ ही उनको क्या सुनने को मिलता है, लंच कर लिया था. So that at that point of time you are literally getting onto the moment of disconnection instead of connection. So I would say that आपने सही पूछा that what should be the communication way, how can they talk. Just try to sit with them and talk with them in their way. Tell me what is new happening. Is your friend fine? Don't ask about your own child. Try to ask about friends who they belong to, because they'll be happy to tell you, उसने ऐसा करा, आपको पता है उसे गलत करा ना. They'll be telling you, and slowly and gradually they'll be coming up. Parents need to understand that they have to be detective to their children. Yes, children will never come up of their own. They have to get a skill of this, learn a skill how to get the things out of their children. And they can do it because we are all practicing it in a some or the other way. Husband से कैसे पैसे निकलवाएं, या mother-in-law से कैसे काम निकलवाएं, या अपने friends को कैसे मनाएं, because I want to party out, and उनको कैसे मनाएं, let's go out on a Saturday. So why not children? Because we are not bothering about them, we are considering they are part of our life.
Yeah, and in the age of digital and social media, how is social media affecting, a teen's identity, their friendship, and mostly their self-worth today?
Nowadays, self-worth is equals to marks, first and foremost. Instead of going on to the social media, I would like to say every parent, every child considers कि अगर उसके number आते हैं, and although we are living in the era of personality development, speaking English, and still parents are only and only concerned about marks. बच्चा क्या बोलता है? My self-worth is equals to marks. Now, coming back to the social media, it's all about comparison, social comparison. They are not having real friends, they are having followers. They are not having real relationships, they are having content who are liking their content and things. This is the relationship they are maintaining nowadays. As a parent, first and foremost, you need to guide to your child is to give them a window that what is real and what is fake. As a guider, as a parent, that look around, think about it. If something is really pressuring you, something is not giving respect to you, it is considered to be toxic. अगर वो आपको बहुत ज़्यादा literally exhaust कर रहा है, कोई calmness नहीं है, then that's not something which you really need to accept it. And nowadays, social media is actually what I just said. It is exhausting. It is not respectful because one DM from any unknown person really makes us mentally exhausted. We just get, oh my god, what is happening? I haven't given a good content. So it's our duty as a parent to make your children understand that social media is all about social. It's not a real thing. It's for society. It's not for you. It's just an entertainment.
Right. And what can schools do to create a culture where children and teachers are more accessible? Do you think teachers or psychologists inside the schools also should be aware of handling children behaviors?
That's the major role teachers play because teachers are seeing every single child in a majority. They are doing the most of the comparison. As a parent, what we do, we compare either to a topper or to a cousin of the children or to the siblings. But what teachers are doing, they are comparing one child to the whole 40 group of students. So they have to be very well aware that how they have to take the children into it, and they get to know about the change of the behavior before anybody does. Because as a parent, we are unaware what is happening in the school. We are just seeing the behavior of the child, that he is literally behaving hyperactive or he's misbehaving. But in the class, teacher can see that, oh my god, the child was behaving 2 days before like this and now he is behaving differently. So teachers play a lot of role. They really need to understand it, and time to time they have to make a connection with the parent in a ways that they'll be telling to the parent that this is wrong is happening with your child or this is good is happening to your child. And as a counselor, as a teacher, or as a management of the school, they have to look after to the mental development of the child, not only academic development. Mental development is the most important because वहीं से बच्चा सीख कर आता है कि failure accept करना है. Failure is not a full stop, it's a comma. So this is what school has to tell them, because आजकल जो भी suicidal cases आ रहे हैं, श्वेता, we are dealing with them. They are just coming because they are failing in their normal PA2s, like which is not even half yearly, I would say. It's just a 20 marks.
Yeah.
Why? Because the child was getting good marks and somehow he was unable to attend the classes and he didn't get any good marks. He was actually failing in 3 subjects and the child started getting the thoughts of suicide. So by that point of time, parents should be informed that this is what is happening with your child. The child needs to be calm. The child needs to relax for that case. So they have to take a step, and I believe parents से ज़्यादा school की responsibility बनती है. They should keep the counselors, they should keep the teachers updated with whatever the therapies or whatever the ways they can find out to just calm the children. एक दिन नहीं पढ़ाएंगे और सिर्फ बच्चों के साथ मस्ती कर लेंगे, तो children will be listening to them for whole 1 week. They really need to understand. Coming to the class and just talking calmly and nicely really peps up the children.
They also children spend a lot of time, like 1/3 of the day in school.
Yeah, 6-7 hours, and अगर जो भी टीचर होगी, they can really observe very well the child. बच्चों की चाल बदल जाती है, बच्चों का मैनर्स, बच्चों का बिहेव चेंज हो जाता है इफ दे आर मेंटली एग्जॉस्टेड. इट हैपेंस विद अस आल्सो. Somebody can कोई भी पूछ लेता आज आपका मूड ठीक नहीं है. So why don't we
Hmm.
ask from the children in the school? I've never seen a teacher talking and asking, क्या हुआ बेटा? Why are you feeling so sad today? Why you're not happy? Or why you're not chirpy today? So why it is not there? Because teachers are busy in their academics, completion of the courses. So schools really need to take step. And believe me, अगर school step लेंगे श्वेता, half of the things हम लोगों का sorted हो जाएगा. What we are doing individually.
Yeah. I think also schools and parents can track behaviors like in quantifiable terms. Like if we are seeing marks in a report card, I think we can also give a kind of a rating or some parameters to the behavior of the children.
Yeah.
And they can also tell us the measures the parents can take or they themselves can take to improve the behaviors of the children.
Now, whosoever school I have joined, Shweta, I have made a point that we have maintained a file of each and every child. Just like a report card, we have maintained their behavioral report card, which is like what behavior is happening with the child and what are the parameters were earlier and what are now. Is the child moving on to the extracurricular, or the child is getting extrovert, or the child is getting introvert? So this is putting a mark on the children to do much better than before. So I am maintaining files and it is really showing a good results. So we are working and I want all the schools to hire good counselors so that they'll get sorted. नंबर नहीं आ रहे हैं, पढ़ नहीं रहे हैं, होमवर्क नहीं कर रहे हैं, बात नहीं सुन रहे हैं, गालियां दे रहे हैं. This is all because they are not knowing. You know what, Shweta, whenever I take a session for the children, most of the query of the children is they don't talk usually this to their parents or to the teacher. They are like, ma'am, आपको पता है जब हमें कोई डांट रहा होता है ना तो हमें ज्यादा हंसी आती है. कोई डांट रहा है तो ज्यादा हंसी आती है और फिर और डांट पड़ती है. उसको कैसे कंट्रोल करें? So imagine they are coming up with such things. मैम मुझे पता नहीं है, मुझे डांट पड़ती रहती है और मुझे गुस्सा आता रहता है. जब एक ये क्वेश्चन एक ने करा, I got 16 hands raised for the same question out of 200 students.
Wow.
And what answer I gave them, it is like, it is not their problem actually. They are getting embarrassed being scolded in front of the whole class. Just to get away from that embarrassment, they are laughing and they're getting scolded again.
Yeah,
so
it's like hiding away.
Yeah, it is teachers who has to come with the solution. How to be scolded and not scolded, yet not scolded. मतलब बच्चे को इस तरीके से बताओ, इस तरीके से समझाओ कि उसको पता लग जाए that this behavior is not acceptable. But what to be done instead of this? They are not knowing. अब दाल अच्छी नहीं बनी. I'll give you an example. दाल अच्छी नहीं बनी. अब everybody says दाल में नमक कम है. I think घी कम डाला है. I think जीरा पूरा भुना नहीं है. So ये सब बताया and next time when the girl will be trying or any boy will be trying दाल बनाने के लिए, तो they will be looking into this. जीरा भुना नहीं था, घी पूरा नहीं था, नमक कम था.
Exactly.
तो ये सब आप बताओ तो सही. हम तो सिर्फ डांटते, होमवर्क नहीं करते हो, हंसते रहते हो, बात नहीं सुनते हो, गालियां देते हो. यार उसका सॉल्यूशन तो बताओ. The moment you will tell them the solution, बेटा गाली देनी है, अगर मुंह से गाली निकल रही है, आपको गुस्सा आ रहा है, instead of abusing, you should say Om Namah Shivaya. See, this will definitely put a mark on the child. एक बार करेगा, दो बार करेगा, उसको solution मिला है, 4th, 5th time जरूर try करेगा. We are not giving them the tools. We are just cribbing. We are just yelling. We are just
So what can teenagers do daily to manage their stress and the emotional overload that they feel?
First of all, they really need to understand that the stress will go nowhere. It has to stay with you. You have to maintain the level of how much stress to accept. If the stress is acceptable till the time it is ready to give you result as a challenge, then accept it. The moment it is making you exhausted, it is making you go haywire, just leave it. Let it go. Take a deep breath. So for this, you really need to make your children or teenagers understand talk to yourself. Write down your problem and see that on which problem you have to work, for which problem you have to take a stress, and which problem is of no use. You just have to let it go. So, journaling is the most important thing I will always recommend to my teenagers, and talking to yourself. Have a mirror talk. This really gives them a space for themselves that this is what I have to look for. Physical exercise, be fit, laugh as much as you can, sleep. Sleeping for especially teenagers has to be 9 hours, which is not there. Sleeping habit has to be there because most of the time we are lying absent-mindedly, unconsciously, but we are not sleeping. Why? Because thoughts are going on, and especially with teenagers. उसने मुझे देखा, my crush saw me, or I didn't look back. So these are the thoughts going on and on and on, and they are not sleeping. नींद तभी आती है when the moment that thought is over.
I'm sure having affairs and having boyfriends and girlfriends these days are now very common. So are kids going and talking to parents about it? Should they not? Or how?
So I'll tell you from both the sides what the teen should do and what the parent should do so that the children should come themselves to talk about this one particular topic. As I said, if the child is into reading, parents should give them books which deals with all such things like crush, love affairs, relationships, and everything. Because actually this gives a clear image to the children that what exactly the things is happening. क्योंकि कोई और इन्हें बताएगा, वो कैसे बताएगा हमें नहीं पता है. Even I would say they should talk even more also. Like my own child who's 9-year-old, I have a daughter who's 13. My son knows very well that periods are there and the girl had to be taken good care of. And in my washroom, either it's tampons or sanitary pads, they are openly there. There is no hiding. There is nothing happening like this ki isko chupao karo. No. My children are very well aware. So if we are going to talk about all such particular topics which are considered to be little not easier to be talked about or taboos, so we have to make sure that has to be heard by our children properly. अगर हम लोग ये सब practice करेंगे, they will surely come up. They will tell you that mama this thing happened and you know what, that boy was really smart. So you have to come up. So do you think that he's your crush? I don't know mama, I think he is. So we are initiating a conversation in a way the child is not getting feared that he or she will be lectured on it. ये क्या हुआ, ये तुम्हारी age नहीं है करने वाली. आपकी age थी 17, 18. Their age is 9, 10, 11, 12. You don't know. Now you should be open. You should be up. Friends होने का मतलब ये नहीं होता उनसे straight जाके पूछ लेना है कोई girlfriend. Now most of the parents are like they get a call from a school and they are like कि आज उसने उसको बहुत मार दिया and he started bleeding. So now when the child comes back home, क्यों मारा? क्या किया था उसने तुम्हारे साथ? This is not the way to behave in the class. Have you lost your manners? You can't talk to the children of nowadays like this. They will never come up. They will be feeling like you are the biggest enemy to them. उसका मन करेगा उसको मार के आए, इससे अच्छा इन्हें मार देता. Children are like this nowadays. Instead of that, आज कुछ हो गया क्या? It's okay. I know you must have done. You both must be doing something और एक दूसरे का हाथ चल गया. वैसा ही हुआ था. The boy will surely come up himself that हाँ ऐसा ही हुआ था. So these are the ways that really needs to be taken care of. Talking about crushes or any sensitive topic has to be dealt in a way so that the child should not run away from you, because they are constantly rushing to prove themselves nowadays. So please don't let them understand or believe कि ममा के पास जाके भी मुझे खुद को prove करना पड़ेगा. जहाँ पर ये बात आती है ना that you have to prove yourself, nobody wants to or likes to give justification or validation. According to them, whatever they did was correct. Teenagers, they don't like to prove themselves because they are constantly doing it. So coming back to the parents for the same, not at all acceptable. This is the main point to get disconnected. So start talking to your children.
Yeah, I think that's a nice closing point for us to, end the episode. So thank you, ma'am, for sharing such clear and actionable insights. And conversations like these help bridge the gap between what teenagers feel and what parents understand out of it. And of course, for everyone watching, if you're a parent, start with just one change at home. If you're a teenager, remember you're not alone in what you're experiencing, and there are healthier ways to express and navigate it. So, this was our Teen Talk session on Talking Toffees. If you found value in this episode, share it with someone who really needs to hear it. More conversations are coming your way. Until next time, take care and stay mindful.